You should be very familiar with my next guest this morning. They play the most critical role in serving and protecting all the residents here in Monroe County. Thank you guys for being with me this morning.
Thank you, our pleasure.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Yeah, okay, we're going to speak about a variety of topics this morning, but the first one I want to get into is the relationship that the Sheriff's Department has and the Police Department. I don't know which one wants to take it away, but...
Chief?
Well, that's an easy one. We've had a long-standing, outstanding relationship, the Key West Police Department and the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, long before I took over as being chief. But I could talk about, you know, the 4 years that I've been serving as chief, and between Colonel Ramsey and Sheriff Perry, we've really worked well together. It's difficult not to. We're isolated down here, and it's not like we could draw on partner cities like Miami has all these municipalities and police departments all over next to them. We're all we have. But beyond that, the Sheriff's Office is an outstanding professional organization, and they certainly have stepped up and helped us out in a number of events and operations that we've had, and they've just been tremendous partners, and we can't do what we've done without them.
I think the chief as well knows the Sheriff's Office. We're here to be a partner to everybody in the community, and the city and the Sheriff's Office have always had a great relationship, just like the chief says. We really rely on each other. Stock Island, you know, if our guys don't have a backup officer, the closest backup is a city officer, and vice versa. The city comes in, we come in, we help out, we do stuff. I know all I have to do is call the chief, and I can count on him. He knows all he has to do is call me. If they have something come up, an event, they need help, need a problem, manpower, and we'll be there. And it really is important, like the chief says, this is survival. We're depending on each other to ensure that we all go home at a night and that we're safe. And it's a team, it's a partner, it's a family, and I appreciate the chief and the men and women of the Key West Police Department, and I know they as well appreciate us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we appreciate, you know, both offices, both departments. And now one thing that really stood out to me was the reduction in crime this year. Can we talk about that?
I'll start real fast and let the chief bounce off that, if that's okay. I know the Sheriff's Office-wise, we're real proud that we've been able to keep crime down over the last several years. And this past year, crime is down 8.1%. And we attribute that to really hard work and dedicated men and women in the Sheriff's Office, our management doing a lot to try to focus on problems, combat crime, our community policing efforts, our partnership with the community. We have a good relationship with our community. We have crime watch meetings and National Night Out and citizen police academies, and we do what we can to foster a relationship and to make sure that we're in touch with the needs of the community and that we keep on top of it. And we talked about last show, the economic downfall. We've done more with less, but we've been very effective. And I think the citizens see that. Chief?
Yeah, I think, you know, we were fortunate enough to have a 20% reduction in overall crime last year in 2011, which is phenomenal considering the tough economic times that Colonel Ramsey was talking about. Traditionally, when you have tough economic times, you see an increase in crime. But over the last, you know, 4 to 5 years, that hasn't really held up, not only in Key West and Monroe County, but across the nation. So I don't really know what the answer it is. I could tell you I attribute those reductions into the dedicated men and women of law enforcement, the Key West Police Department. We have outstanding police officers and deputies who work for us, who go out and give it 100% every day and every night. Beyond that, I think, touching on what the Colonel was talking about, is building those partnerships with the community. They're critical that not only that we have a force multiplier in a community that has trust in us to provide us information. It's critical. So we're out there trying to build these relationships and establish the trust so that we could get information from them. And I think the other thing that we've been doing over the last couple of years is we've been targeting repeat offenders. It's no secret in law enforcement that we're always dealing with the same old criminals. And here in Key West and in the Keys, we share the same criminals. So we've been really targeting those known and repeat offenders and keeping track of them. And when we can, when they're violating the law and we have something on them, we certainly go after them and try to put them behind bars. And we've seen a reduction in crime because of that. You know, we get serial burglars who go out and commit all kinds of these burglaries and robberies. So I think targeting known offenders has been working for us as well.
Yeah, well.
And I think also on that note, the partnership that we have with the community, but the partnership we have with each other as agency has been really instrumental. Like the Chief was saying, the same burglars from Key West go into Stock Island, Lower Keys, Key Haven, same ones from Morrow County come into the city, or drug peddlers. So we've done a lot, myself and Chief, working together to try to get our detectives especially talk, communicate, meet. They meet on a regular basis where we're passing, sharing information on targets, suspects, crimes, crime trends. What are we seeing that we say, okay, we got the same MO, we got the same pattern, and we're working together to focus our energies, our intelligence on these persons and crimes. They've been very effective. We have a big search warrant in the county or in the city. We'll invite the other agencies' detective to come out with us in case we see something we know we're looking for. They need help to make that camaraderie, so that's been important too, I think.
Okay. One other thing I want to touch on too this morning is, I was speaking about crime reduction. Well, one thing that also struck out to me was that you're doing speed reduction in residential neighborhoods. Can we touch a little bit on that before we go?
We are. The City of Key West, the City Commission just passed a first reading of an ordinance that has lowered the speed limits to 20 miles an hour in all residential neighborhoods. They were, the speed limit is 30 miles an hour unless posted otherwise, but so they've made a decision to lower those speeds to 20 miles an hour in residential neighborhoods. So we're hoping that that's going to make the neighborhoods safer. I know that, we get Key West has some bad statistics about bicycle and pedestrian injuries, and we're hoping that that speed reduction will help us lower and reduce some of those injuries as well.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for being with us this morning and, for sharing all this information with our viewers.
Our pleasure. We appreciate it.
If anybody wants to get more information, they can check out the websites that have been on the bottom of the screen. And, I'm sure that they can even call. Can they call your departments and your offices and speak to you if they have questions?
They can call us anytime. I'm sure the chief as well. We're open. We have open door policies, and we encourage people to call us and contact us and work with us.
Okay, great. Well, we're going to take a quick break, everybody, but I'll be right back after this.